Hello, and welcome to a slightly annoying thing. My 60% keyboard currently isn't making it easy for me to start a recording because the keys to start recording I have to press Function, Alt and F9. Well, Function, Alt and 9 being F9, and every time I do that it decides to do a quick load even though I have changed the key for quick load, which is really annoying. But anyway, we're not in the place we left off just because I ran back to the cave that supposedly has the heart of Mars in it, thinking that today's very small patch may have fixed it, but it hasn't, so I still can't mine the heart of Mars. I've come back here, I've dropped some gear off, I've done a little bit of research, I've just put a few items in the research bit, and that's about it. And then I was just going to look at what to do next, so we can't do that. Wait, what? What? Have I... Okay, I may have somehow managed to take a massive step back. Load this game. So somehow, maybe during the quick save debacle, right, hello and welcome to a bit more Starfield. I have run to the Heart of Mars cave quickly and come back. I still can't mine the damn thing, so not a lot I can do with that. I think I'm going to go do that. So, since that's I think the only quest I've got left to do, pretty sure I'm over encumbered right now, but I'll chuck that all on the frontier. The sound sounds a little bit weird. It's too loud. Or it's clipping. I've come across an issue with the sound once or twice before. And then it's...
Captain, do you require?
Right, Captain. Where are we headed next?
Right, let's go to London, shall we? Can we do it without... Earth does not look healthy. I don't know what to expect here.
Setting down, everything in the green.
Is that it? look like the London I know. What the hell? Why is this all there is left of London? Okay, that's got me a little snow globe. It's supposed to be the shard, I guess. So, actual London is buried way beneath our feet. Right, so we found all of the resources. We just haven't got the trait. I'm not sure what the trait is. But yeah. Found all of the resources, which is quite nice. New Homestead. That's the next place to go. Just trying to...
You are entering United Colony space. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned.
Oh, I thought I already was in United Colony space.
And we're done.
Well, just slow going today, just trying to plod out a few of the extra little things. I do need to upgrade my ship with more carrying capacity.
Welcome to New Homestead. Please make your way to the building at the end of the path and down into the colony below. Stay safe and enjoy your visit.
Okay.
Need some work done?
Right. Let's go in and modify the
Okay,
frontier
no problem.
slightly. Okay, that's just made my ship a bit longer. Good old... Why are things beeping? Yeah, so added a section in there, so I could then add 2 big cargo things inside. Had to upgrade the engines as well, just to keep it nice
I
and
imagine
mobile. But
this is how Earth's very first astronauts felt when they stepped out onto their moon.
really, let's go see what New Homestead's got to offer. Lots of methane.
Interesting. The last thing I expected to stumble across at this type of settlement is a museum. Might be worth a look around.
This is a museum.
Please be kind enough.
Running this farm with my family for the sake of our little colony is one of the greatest pleasures in life. Ah, someone new. Are you a tourist, or have you just moved to New Homestead? Well, there's lots to learn. You can always feel free to try one of the historical tours, or ask the locals about life here.
Ooh.
I'm fascinated by the other worlds in the settled systems. Do you mind if I ask you a question?
Fine.
Oh, wonderful. What's New Atlantis like? Oh, that's disappointing. It seems so exciting from all I've heard. It must be a matter of personal taste, then. I wonder if I'd like it. Maybe someday I'll get up the nerve to visit myself. Do you mind if I ask you another question?
Oh god. Go for
Thanks.
it.
I prom- Is the Freestar Collective as lawless as I've heard?
Don't know, never met them.
I figured the stories weren't all true. How else would you expect people to live together, even in a small community? Though, I understand it gets difficult to always protect that out in the vastness of space. Is it okay if I change this?
Oh, for God's sake, more
thank
questions.
You. Are there really planets full of plants, fresh air, and water?
Yeah,
I've read
whatever.
about them. It seems incredible, doesn't it? I've only ever known Titan, and it's always so cold and drab. I've always dreamed of visiting one to breathe the air, feel the warmth of its sun, but... My husband, can I ask you something else?
Oh,
Oh,
fine.
wonderful. Is space travel... Well, if you say so.
Yeah, it's...
I suppose it stands to reason. Those are all the questions I have.
Thank God for that.
I always wonder what it's like where other people come
Okay,
from.
you're a kid.
Well, we used to get more tourists than we do these days.
I overheard you speaking to my wife, Mara, filling her head with ideas about picking up. You got anything to say for yourself? Listen here. Mara's free to make her own decisions. I'm not here to control. But that doesn't mean I take kindly to other people manipulating her and telling her the other worlds are full of sunshine and rainbows. We live a simple, traditional life here, and it's important to the community that we maintain that. Do you understand?
Yeah.
We're going to have to agree to disagree then. I only ask that you respect our...
What else is this way? Can't go that way. Okay. This place is huge.
Hey, you got any fancy trinkets you want to offload?
Not really.
Well, hello there, and welcome to my little shop. Are you visiting New Homestead for the first time? Oh, nice. You know, it's always such a pleasure to meet people from other worlds. Or just space. I don't judge. I'm Jay. I'm happy to help you find what you're looking to buy or take a look at whatever you want to sell. Trades of all kinds are welcome here. Or if you have any questions for me about the shop, the merchandise, or...
Okay.
Glad you asked. I'm looking for all sorts of things. Anything, really. Clothing, weapons, jewelry, even stuff they consider junk. You name it. We don't get a lot of off-world stock, so I offer to buy things from travelers. Anything they're willing to part with. Between you and me, people around here talk a lot about tradition and whatnot, but even they get curious about what other worlds have to offer. We used to, but not anymore. Believe it or not, the new Homestead Tourism Board decided a while back to do away with souvenirs. We don't really have the resources or facilities to make them here ourselves, and it was decided that anything less than that would seem exploitive of our people, and, you know, only thing we have are these souvenir slates about the history of New Homestead. Tell you what, I've got an extra one here that another guest left behind a while.
Thank you. Let's see what
Sure
you're
thing.
selling.
I'm also interested in buying if you have anything for sale.
Oof. Don't know what things I need. Do I have anything to sell? No.
Come back anytime.
Sorry, dude. I could steal stuff and sell it back to you. I quite like the clutter
Welcome to New Homestead.
this game's got.
I'm learning so much here.
Hi there. Always nice seeing a new face.
Been a while since I last visited.
God, it's
This place still has the same color.
huge. Right, we've got this guy to talk to.
Hello there. Wonderful. These are all rare artifacts from before the collapse of Earth.
Yep.
There isn't much of this stuff left outside of private collections, but here we're happy to share a glimpse of them with the public.
It's a shame
If you
can't
have any
turn round.
questions about the exhibit or New Homestead, I'm happy to answer as best as I can.
Oh, Bethesda. Such a perfect game.
When our early colonists learned of Earth's demise, they decided. Now, some may have been lost in translation over the years, and for instance, my family comes from the city of Lyon, in a country that was called France.
Okay. Right, yeah, that's
Take
enough.
care.
That's enough of you. Let's see what...
Hey there! Hope you brought a healthy thirst for history.
Jesus Christ.
Why, hello there! I'm Bill Starsab of... For instance, did you know that New Homestead was one of the first colonies established out... I knew you were a fellow history buff. Well, tell you what, you come along on one of my little... So what do you say?
No.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Just really... No.
Did you see those
what's
turbines
down
on
here. Is someone I can talk to?
Oh, you don't really want to talk to me. I'm just a nobody from the crates. Besides, I'm not really good at talking to tourists about New Homestead.
Okay.
You do? I mean, sure. I don't know what I can tell you. The crates are what we call the living quarters for the poor people, like me. They're made from old shipping containers. We have to make... They're comfortable enough, I guess. And no one on Titan is well off to begin with, but you... Okay, well, no. Not the studies specifically. Like, I get good grades when I'm able to apply myself. But I'm poor. I just don't have the kind of money to be a full-time student and support myself. Even living in the cheap-ass crates. I keep having to take odd jobs just to put food on my... You know? I never stopped to think about that. Like, I know I won't get it all done as quick as I'd hoped. But it's funny. I get better life advice from a total stranger than my mom.
I'm sure she appreciates the advice, but I think actually...
yeah, sure.
So
I haven't got... Sure, I do have... I could give her 20,000 credits.
Hey...
That's...
Okay, well, no. But... I keep having to take odd...
Oh,
What?
Jesus.
Really? I don't know what to say. This is beyond kind of you. I mean...
I'm pleased that you realize the...
40,000
Goodbye.
credits I've given to strangers so far. I'm doing well.
You wouldn't believe how many off-worlders think hiking the surface of Titan is all fun and games. But a lot of thrill seekers end up in my office.
Okay.
Great! Another tourist. I appreciate that you're trying to set me at ease, but that might as well be the same. Sorry for how I responded. It's not you, it's me. I'm just frustrated about all the... Anyway, what can I do for you? I don't. They make a mockery of New Homestead culture. Okay. And on top of it, they're reckless. Actually, maybe there is. I have an idea that may be best suited for someone relatively unknown. So I bought a realistic monster costume. The plan was to wear it, scare tourists away, and start a rumor about terrible creatures living on Titan. I figure that once word gets around, tourism will take enough of a dive to give me some relief.
Yeah.
That's the spirit. To be honest, I'm not sure it'll work either, but I feel like there's no harm in trying.
Here.
Here's the costume. I think this will work best on With any luck, they'll run.
Okay. That sounds like a kind of fun thing to do anyway. Let's set that as an active mission because I do want to do that.
Don't stay outside for too long here on Titan. You'll freeze solid without the problem.
I want to speak to Bill. I don't want to speak to Bill. He's too cheerful.
Lots to learn at the United Colony's premier living history exhibit. If you need a guide, I'm your guy.
And I'm gonna have to go on this
Excellent!
tour.
You won't! Now there's just the matter of price. Well. I assure you it wasn't. Maybe I could do something. You don't know what you're... Look, I'd like to help. Tell you what, I like you. This one's up. So let's get this show on the... All right, so this is New Homestead's main concourse. This underground area didn't exist when the original outpost, titled Astro Base, was finished in 2130. Follow me. We'll come back here by the end of the tour and talk about the museum collection.
Oh God.
But first, let's go see where people live.
Ceiling.
Now remember, these people aren't actors. They actually live here, so try to be respectful of that. While the original inhabitants of the Titan Astro Base lived in pods like you saw up above, they transitioned down here when this section of the base was finished in 2144. Space is extremely limited, so you'll notice some overflow here, but more residences also exist on lower levels, which are inaccessible to tours.
Okay.
I'll stop at each of our destinations if you want to look around, or if you have any questions for me.
No, I just wanted to carry on.
Have any questions so far? Alrighty. We'll be taking the residential elevator to the farms area on the surface level. This way, please.
Okay.
Let's leave these good people alone for now and go check out the farms. Follow me up the elevator.
Just want to get this over with as quickly as possible.
New Homestead's farms are the beating heart of the colony. Without them, the original outpost would have shriveled and died. These pods are sealed and climate controlled, the perfect environment for growing the hydroponic vegetation needed for survival in the early days of the colony. Any questions about the farms?
Nope.
Onward it is! We'll be stopping by the Brown Horse Tavern later. But for now, it's just a short... So, the old biolabs are just on the other side of this building, believe it or not. We'll step on through the hallway there. They're not in use anymore, but the colony has faithfully recreated them as a historical exhibit, true to the original purpose of the Titan Astro Base. Sadly, they're undergoing some light renovation. Otherwise, there'd be interactive activities for kids to learn about how they used to search for microbial life here.
I do wonder if there's... Jesus Christ. I do wonder if there's something else going on.
Pardon the dust, but I can still answer some questions about the old time. You got it, Onward. Next, we'll be heading outside, so make sure to check those seals on your suit because it's a bit chilly out there. We're going out into the frozen wastes of Titan to see what powers this planet. Watch your step outside, by the way. The ice can be slippery if you're not careful. The goal is to keep people out of Dr. Lakota's infirmary.
This is taking a lot longer than I was hoping.
Anyway, where were we? Oh, yes. Powering New Homestead. As you might imagine, generating energy was a real challenge back in the day because the technology was much more crude then. But crude or not, it was that technology that sustained the old Astro Base. And it might surprise you to learn that the same technology is still working today.
Well, except from that one that looks broken.
The interesting thing about this old colony is that it's mostly powered by clean, renewable energy. You'll see one of the methods used on the horizon up ahead. That's right, New Homestead's famous wind farms. This spot was chosen for the colony in part because of its constant winds.
How far do we have to go?
These turbines have been integral to the colony's functions since its establishment as a cheap, mostly reliable source of electricity. So, let's talk about...
Nope.
You're the boss. Let's go. Moving right along, we're going to learn about Titan's great natural resources. Titan is rich with hydrocarbons like methane and ethane. Surely you saw huge pools of this stuff on your descent into New Homestead. I like to think they add to the natural beauty of this world. Though, of course, stay away from them because, like anything beautiful, they can be dangerous. Just like my last ex-wife's pet. Jim is gorgeous. Oh, I don't know what you'd call it. Creature. The guy that sold it to her couldn't tell her what it was or where it was from. I don't think it was even a legal sell, to be honest. The thing was very easy on the eyes. Feathers, all the colors of the rainbow. Nasty bite, though. Wound up in the hospital and almost lost my hand. Still not enough for her to get rid of the dang thing. Anyway, there's a reason she's my ex-wife. But enough about me. We were talking about methane and other resources, right? Hey, can you believe it? Back in the 20th century on Earth, they used to fight wars over natural resources like this and petroleum. They have this whole moon here basically made of hydrocarbons in their own backyard. They just couldn't get to it. Incredible how far we've come. New Homestead is home to one of the oldest and largest methane processing plants in the settled system. Every year, UC engineers go through a painstaking, month-long maintenance process. That's how this place has remained operational as long as it has. I'm not going to take you too close to the machinery, liability and all, but I can still answer questions. Questions? Fire away! Okie dokie, artichoke. There will be time for more later anyway. So, this next stop is a bit of an interesting one. I only recently made it part of the tour. Fun fact,
How long
it's
does this
also
go on
the
for?
only natural landmark on the tour. What we're about to see is a glacial spire we affectionately call Emir's Horn. This colus used to be named after a character in a popular fantasy novel, but it was changed a couple hundred years ago to avoid any potential litigation. Now, what's a colus, you might say? Colus derives from the Latin word for hill, and scientists only gave names to groups of hills on a planet's surface. So in reality, the term you hear more often is the plural, coles, with an E. You probably don't hear it very often where you're from, because it was usually a term reserved for unexplored planets, back when they didn't have the technology to describe what they were seeing firsthand. Because of that, the term is much more common in the Sol system, but you may still hear it occasionally in reference to uncharted worlds. This planet's full of them.
There's got to be something useful out here.
Come on, Bill. It's got to be the end of the
So
tour now.
here it is. How about that? You really know your stuff. Maybe you should be the one giving the tour. I kid. I'm not sure. I heard someone say that before. Something about the worn down remains of an ancient volcano producing ice via steam? I don't know. It sounds like you understand this stuff better than I do. Excellent. On to the next stop then. So, we're gonna head back inside through the methane processing plant. Try not to touch anything on your way. We want to make sure to respect Dr. Lakota's wishes to be safer around here. That brings me to another point. You'll notice the people around here have last names related to where their families originated from on Earth as a way to remember the past. The museum curator, Maurice Leon, has more information about that if you're interested. You can find him inside the main concourse. Loves talking about it. You'll find most of the locals here are very friendly to tourists like yourself. Tourism is a major draw to this colony these days, and I respect that. Most of them are happy to talk at length about what they do here. Their rugged lifestyle is a point of pride for a lot of these folks.
Time for the doctor. She just wants the tourists to stop falling over.
It'd be nice to get off world sometime.
This area we're walking through is the nerve center of the plant, where technicians keep an eye on the operation. Since methane production is such an important part of the colony's livelihood, it's important that the techs notice any issues and react to them quickly. Anyway, we're headed into the ice mines. It's a natural spring where water bubbles up from deep below, but due to the cold, it keeps freezing as it reaches the surface.
For permanent
What else can I tell you about the ice mines?
Nothing.
Sounds good. We have just one more stop before we're done with the tour, and it just happens to be my favorite. This colony is home to the longest-running establishment still in existence, the Brown Horse Tavern. The Brown Horse started as a simple mess hall for the scientists and workers when the underground was built, but it's been operated by the same family ever since. Now, what's a horse, you might say? They were a large four-legged animal on Earth, often used for transportation or manipulation. Long before space travel was even a dream for the folks of Earth, even before antique machines like automobiles were possible, horses could be found everywhere. You might have seen them in old movies or read about them somewhere. If not, I highly recommend looking into them sometime. They're beautiful animals. The tavern's original owner was infatuated with them, from what I understand, and named the place in their honor. The moniker, Brown Horse Tavern, is also a...
Ice mining operations are unusual, but if they're run properly,
years before it was established. That delicious smell is making me...
Is that the end of the tour?
Okay then. All right, we're headed to the last stop. Right back where we began.
Is it finally over?
Well, that's that. You're welcome, and take care.
only one point of Moera's patrol route to work from. That's how it goes sometimes.
Oh, Jesus. I'm so glad that's over.
Lots of history here.
If you're here.
Things have never been better since this trunk's opened up. Makes me feel like we're... Hello there. Welcome to the new home. Sadly, we're out of the special sauce. I know. But everything else is still that great Chunks food you know and love. So, what can I do for you? Oh, it's all good. Chunks pays me pretty well. And between... Plus, we got this plan, you know? We want to see if we can introduce some of Anya's famous cooking to the Chunks lineup and pitch it to court. Imagine. Anya's delicious. And people are bound to come visit her place to see where it all started. If I'm completely honest, it is. And people are always saying how this Chunks can't compare to the real deal. And I just know it's because we never had that mouth-watering sauce. I've been in contact with some of the other restaurants out there, and they'll give me some.
Oh,
but they say they can't afford to send it, and I don't have it.
Yeah, sure.
For real? You do that. You're not pulling my leg. Oh, yeah. Just tell them you're there to pick it up for me, and it should be...
Yeah, sure. Oh, it's a different area.
Some of the locals dislike tourists, but I love learning new insights from them. Oh, hello there. Are you here about the brownouts? That's you.
Yeah.
You have no idea. Worse, I'm stuck up here overseeing the whole system, and we don't currently have anyone available to go out there and take care of the problem.
That's fine, I'll do it. Just let me pour my drink first.
Actually, that's not a bad idea. I'm a little new to the job, and I could use someone who's handy with a laser cutter to break up. That
Okay.
should clear up the short. Oh,
Easy.
just be careful.
Let's go. Do we have to go back up? There's no way out of this office. Okay. Right, let's go. Nice. And then we can dress up in a monster costume. Whoa. I didn't think it was a problem if it wouldn't let me scan it. Awesome. Can we do... Oh, get out of the scanner. Can we do this one? Da.
It's going to eat us!
Was that? Yeah, that was it. They're probably going to end up more injured now.
Careful not to damage the equipment with the cutter. Great! I just saw the readings and everything looks good. Thanks.
Don't be afraid to do whatever you can to make that monster feel extra convincing. Oh, I'm glad it worked. I'm just happy I was able to find someone willing to help with it. Tell you what, if you want to come back later and do this for me a couple more times, I'll even let you keep the costume.
Oh, Jesus.
What can I do for you? Just a sec. Look, I'll level with you. I'm a great doctor, but this...
Yeah, screw it.
This will be quick. Okay, we can treat. Okay, looks like you're good to go. I bought it from a private seller. They said they got it from someone who wore it in a secondary store.
Okay.
I guess it was supposed to be, but I guess that one no.
Whatever.
Stay safe.
Right.
I have so much energy. I want to run around.
Okay. Okay. So we're gonna do that now.
Good day, Captain.
Give the word and we'll get underway.
Yes. Let's go.
not want any trouble. I was afraid of that. Look, we are not built for combat. What is it you want exactly? Well, normally I would say no, but frankly, it will be safer for us that way.
Definitely.
All right, you can dock. We will talk then.
No. Why every single time? As soon as you get out of a conversation, engines full power. I was actually standstill. I wasn't moving.
Airlock integrity looks good.
Let's see what we can do. Where's he?
I am not sure what to make of you being here. If you wanted to kill us, you could have done that from your ship.
Yes.
If you wanted our cargo, we could have jettisoned it. I guess I should just stop talking and let you say your piece. That is true. Which means you don't want somebody to know what you are really up to. Now, do you mind telling us what this is all about? You really do not know which one of us is Rake, do you? And you do not seem to care either, which makes me think you really want to save him. Okay, I have idea. We can strike his name from Manifest, make it so he was never on board. Then, when we dock, we will leave him on this ship and deliver him to another port. That is fair. We do not want any part of the fleet. Is that all right with you, Austin?
Do I have a choice?
It does not appear you do.
Okay.
Well then, it is agreed. You go back to your ship and we will make sure Rake was never on ours. And in case any of your handlers get suspicious, here. We had an extra crate of supplies loaded, in case one got damaged. This should be proof you were not here to bargain.
Awesome. We did it without blowing up the ship. I mean, they're not going to like it because I didn't blow up the ship, but... doesn't really matter. I've got what I wanted.
Damn mercs just don't know how to take a hit. Hey, Brooke, wanna help me with some target practice?
Engines on. They're taking out their shields.
thanks for the help with the Ecliptic. I had it under control, but it definitely went faster after you jumped into the fight. Now tell me about the Ragana. Give me some good news, then we can go celebrate. I don't like complications, and neither does my boss. What the hell happened? Bullshit. My source was rock solid. You, though? I'm starting to doubt. Your story stinks worse than Adler Kemp. And that son of a bitch probably hasn't showered in a month. So choose your next... Not your call. You let your greed get the better of you, and now Austin Rake slipped away. The fleet needs to be able to trust that you can follow orders. My orders. That being said, you saved my ass with Ecliptic. And decent pilots are tough to find these days.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let this one slide. But guess what? It's gonna cost you extra. Jettison those supplies I know you grabbed from the Ragana. I was gonna let you keep them. But now, they're mine.
Okay, no, that's
Consider
fine.
it payment for the hit I'll have to put on Austin Rake. And more importantly, for wasting my time. Now you see how it works. I give an order, anyway. You want it into the Crimson Fleet? Well, hope this business with Rakes taught you something. If you screw up, and I wind up looking like an asshole, I'm
Okay.
Yeah? Last person who said that was Rake. So you've already dug yourself a hole. And now that you know the deal, it's time to see what you signed up for. I'm gonna upload the coordinates for our headquarters in the Crick system. Spacers call it the key, the fleet calls it. Head out there as soon as you can.
Well, we're in.
Okay.
I hope you know what you're doing.
Right. What have we got to do now? Head to Venus, haven't we? Yeah.
Hello, what do we have here? See that cluster of ships? Varun Zealots. You ever run into one? Completely devoted to a deity they call the Great Serpent. The devourer of the unbelievers.
Okay.
I'll let you guess what happens if they spot us. No other ship readings in the area. And I doubt they'd be so calm if a Vanguard had flown by recently. No, but I think I see something. There's a UC satellite beacon hovering distressingly close to those Varun ships. If we can get close enough to it, we could download its logs and figure out where... Easy. 3 ships to our 1. We cut down to minimal ship power and creep forward. They might not notice us getting closer. But yes, worth...
So... Come on, really close now. We've got to get 500 meters on it. Probably.
Oh, that's not good. Earth and everything around it was abandoned a long time ago, and the old star yards are crawling with spacers and other scavengers.
Orbiting the moon.
There it is. Nova Galactic Star Yard. It's all ancient history now, but the Earth lost its atmosphere. It started sputtering out into space. Humanity had about 50 years to evacuate the planet. That's kind of how the United Colonies government started. Managing Earth is more or less a dust ball now. You can occasionally find a few. Keep your weapons ready. Never know.
To board them, you'll need to select the ship in your HUD and fly close enough to dock.
Cycle that airlock and get aboard.
Yes. But first we'll just stand up. I'm going to make sure I've got an empty inventory. Right. Let's see what we can find.
Hi. Please disregard. I attempted an informal greeting, but I am dissatisfied with the results.
Out here and someone else came in and said hello. Oh, this won't be your last encounter with a space. They pillage abandoned facilities and shoot anyone who gets in their way. They're even less organized than the Crimson Fleet. Just countless desperate groups scavenging and killing to survive.
Okay. I can try and unlock that door straight away. Love finding a few digipicks around. Oh my god, this does not look fun. Okay, so no, so number one is not correct for that. That one and that one. No. Okay, no, that one's useless to me. That one. Not in that position. Oh, Jesus. It's got to be that. But that doesn't fit. Oh, crap. Have I balls this? No, I did it. Well done, me. Why did it sound like something was falling over? Oh, this is a good start. Really like this little room. That was good. Got into like the security room. I like this gun. Fill up all of my storage very quickly. Oh, she's got involved again. lot of them down there. Why bother? It's all of them down.
This is Vanguard Moira. Sorry if I had to reclaim some UC property, but this whole star yard is overrun. I've patched up my ship, and I'm heading to Neptune. Going to put in another request to get the fleet out here to deal with these spacers. But until then, if any of you thugs are listening, I'm the damn ghost stealing your stuff in the night. Clear out while you have the chance.
Actually, not a bad plan. Much better odds destroying one of their ships than fighting them all at once here. The word and we'll get underway.
Captain, do you require my assistance?
Right. That is where I'm going to call it for the night. We are hopefully hot on the trail of... can't remember, what the hell am I doing? Vanguard Moira. Yeah, hopefully we can catch up with him pretty soon next part. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this slightly cut down, taking out all the boring bits, playthrough of Starfield. Give me a subscribe. Well, give me a subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Whatever people say. It sounds weird trying to say it. Hopefully, I can hit 100 subs at some point. But if you've sat through an hour or 2 hours or however long this part is, well done. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.